think this this top edge here is looking pretty good on both sides. It has a pretty good curve. I just need to take this middle section and kind of round it out. Like up here, there's a piece right in there. One of my daughter's shields. Where is it? Over there. And then further toward the back, there's a piece. I just need a few in the middle to round that out. And I think it might be good. I am stretching the material at this point, so I have to be a little bit careful I don't overdo it anywhere. But if I just give it, you know, gentle nudges here and there to get it into a better shape, and spread the weight out over the whole thing, it should work out pretty well. It's been doing good so far. Also, this is the point where I got nervous on my first pontoon mold, and I ended up making a couple cuts so it would be easier to form. But then where I made the cuts, you know, there's an edge there, and it's not as smooth as it would be if I hadn't done that. So I think I just need to keep sticking with this and just be careful about where I put my bulkhead ribs, internal pressurizers. I don't know what. Oh, that would be cool if I could like block off the bottom. If I could like seal the whole thing and pressurize it, that would pump everything out. But I'm totally not going to do that up here. Look at this. Ridiculously awesome. I might have to do that on a future thing. And now that I'm thinking about that, you know, one really cool thing these pontoons could be is pressurized chambers, you know, to compress air, and use that stored compressed air as the power source for the boat instead of batteries. Because there's, you know, the pontoons are huge. And I wouldn't pump so much air into them that they, you know, get heavy enough to sink or anything, but they can hold a lot of pressure in them before they got to the point where they were sinking. And it's such a big cavity, it could hold a lot of energy in there. Anyway, that's for another time, I think. Maybe I should start looking into some ways to propel a boat with pressurized air. You know, if nothing else, I could have a thing that blows air bubbles under the boat to get rid of some of the friction. Anyway, that's all. I'm not doing that right now. Okay, this is the cross-sectional piece I used to draw my first, whatever, the piece that's in the back of the mold right now. And then I moved it forward a little bit, and I found that the current boat comes to right here. So I'm thinking, draw a line between where the new spot is and where the further down spot is. So I'm going to cut this here and try to stuff it into the boat to conform to this shape. Alright, what do I cut this out of? I think my under the floor wood supply is depleted. Yeah, got nothing left under there. I have the hiccups. I'm a little nervous because I just set up a Patreon account, and then in like 20 minutes you guys covered my internet costs, which is a huge thing for me. You know, there's been this discussion in my head trying to decide if I can afford to keep uploading videos while living here and doing what I'm doing, and that just slammed the door shut on that discussion, which is cool. Like, I can totally keep doing this now. Still processing, but awesome. Hold on. Alright, I wonder if this curvy piece of wood has a close enough curve to what I need. Where's my paper? Hold the phone. Here's another one. Even more curvy and fatter, so I have more wiggle room. Where's my paper? Alright. I think I can whip out my chainsaw and make some pieces with these. I knew all these curvy logs would be good for something. Whenever I work with natural materials, it's always funny thinking about like the massive efforts that are sometimes gone to get wood to curve, because it grows that way. Captain Planet, he's a hero, gonna take pollution down to zero. Blah 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 blah, blah 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 blah. So I got my hands on this electric chainsaw. My brother brought it. Oh, it totally doesn't fit. My tools for my gas one don't fit it, so I need some other thingies. I think I need to sharpen that thing. Wow, I've never used the fancy one with the holder before. File. I've always just kind of eyeball filed chainsaws. But this has got little lines to tell me where to line things up. Cool. Yeah, right there. Get out of here, bug. Oh, this is way easier. That thing works pretty good. And this is one of those weird Central American super hard woods too. Supposedly it's really hard to cut once it's dried out, and this is definitely dried out. So I think I'll cut some more tomorrow. Because the sun's getting low. I don't want to use up all my dinner cooking electricity on cutting boards. I think I remember this wood being called Mayo. But I can't guarantee that I'm remembering right, or that it's not just a local name. It's supposed to be really good in the weather though, last a long time. Seeing how well this thing worked, I'm tempted to take one of my golf cart motors and make a huge honkin' chainsaw, electric one. So right now I'm a few miles up a river with my buddy here. And on the way in, we kind of had to hack through some really skinny parts. This is a really nice part of the river. It's kind of wide and really easy to get through. But we had to hack through some stuff. And coming in here, it got real shallow. But it was a nice trip. Nothing serious. Pretty easy to get here. I was told there might be rocks and sand in this river, but it looks like you have to go pretty far to get to that. I was also told by someone else that there are no rocks and sand here anymore. So maybe they were accurate. But there's another river I'm going to have to check out sometime soon. Oh, it's also nice having, sorry, I have to pay attention to where I'm going while I'm talking here. Nice having the motors that I can pull up and down. Because right now I have them up most of the way, just barely under the water, so I don't hit anything. Anyway, I'm just going to drive.